Hey everyone, and welcome back to Muse 1221. I just felt guided to do a midweek check-in. This will be for the general collective so far, is the intention. So let's see if we can get a check-in on the weekly reading. How's the week tracking so far? I did say on Sunday's reading, on the weekly reading, if you're watching it from elsewhere and you're a day behind or what have you, that I feel like we got the World card coming up a few times, and I feel like you're closing out a cycle and starting a new one, and I feel like the energy's lifting and has been changing to a more positive way in the last couple of days. And so I did say that I feel like you're moving into a calmer state of flow, and that's confirmation of that. The Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer waters, discovering new things, exploring new options. And it could be that you're also exploring a new side to someone. I feel like you've maybe created a change and shift in your dynamic. The Eight of Cups is traditionally walking away from something, but I'm feeling like it's walking away from the old ideals of how a situation was, and something's changing and you're feeling more optimistic. I feel like maybe you've put some boundaries in place that needed to be there. I feel like that was possibly a difficult thing for you to do, but nonetheless you've made a decision, you've stuck to your guns, and that's enabled you to move forward with confidence, knowing that you've made the right choice. And I do feel like your efforts are going to be rewarded. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Wow. Yeah. And the Four of Swords. Again, what I'm getting at with the Fool at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you have taken a big leap of faith, and that's caused a massive transformation. And we've also got the Chariot and the Sun. I'm keeping these out because I feel guided to. Excuse me. I feel like you've spoken up about something since my throat chakra is so activated. I think maybe there's still more that you could speak up about, but that's led to some relief for you, is the word I'm hearing, because it's hard carrying a load, and I feel like you've needed time out to sort of rest and recover from the build up of this cycle that you've been closing out. But what that's leading to is a shift and a change in the dynamic. You're moving forward now, you're not moving backwards, you're not stuck at that Two of Swords crossroads, and it's the time for brand new beginnings. You've got the Ace of Cups followed by the Ten of Cups. I mean, I feel like this is indicative of something going from 0 to 100. Maybe these boundaries that you've put in place before moving on to calmer waters has created such a change and shift that, the other person involved in this situation has had no choice but to look at things from a deeper level, to start reciprocating the effort that you've been putting in. And I feel like you're just patiently waiting for this to unfold now. I feel like you've got an inner knowing that something big is coming, something good is coming, and that your love life or your relationships are going to transform from something new. I said here, exploring new and discovering new things, and that's in your relationships, and looks like it is going to lead to the Ten of Cups. And then you've got the Fool, like by you taking a leap of faith, It's caused a transformation that's going to continue to unfold over coming weeks. And I feel like it's going to unfold and progress really quickly. And you're going to be back on the path that you were meant to be on, which is going to lead to happiness. So I'll put those up there for a minute. What else do we need to know for the week ahead so far, Spirit, please? We got the Emperor, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Wands. I feel like my guides are trying to say, you know, your person has been a bit flimsy with their effort. They've been a bit in and out, a bit non-committal, but they're upgrading to the Emperor. They have the potential to be the Emperor, but it's going to take a lot of hard work to get there with the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like they are able to achieve this Emperor status though, once they start putting in the effort, and I feel like that's going to be part of the transformation we saw up here as well. And you know, we've got the No card at the bottom of the deck. I feel like what I'm actually picking up from this is that Spirit doesn't want you to do anything. Just continue on with your life as you've been doing, because what you've done in recent weeks to overcome certain situations, to install certain barriers in situations and boundaries, has actually, now you've just got to wait and, you know, rest and recover and do nothing and let this person show you if they're prepared to change. And if they're not, you're going through a massive transformation regardless. This is really cool. So again, if you haven't checked out the weekly reading, check that out, because this is definitely a continuation of that. Again, Six of Swords, clarified by the Six of Swords. You're moving on to calmer waters. I said, I mean, you can't even get this if I tried. You've got the Fool again, you've got the Nine of Wands, you've got the Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like, you know, and the Seven of Wands to clarify the Four of Swords. You know, I feel like, I mean, if this doesn't confirm that you're moving on to discovering new things and moving on to discover, you know, like, I feel like you're going to be discovering a new side of your relationships, because, you know, you've been through all these lessons lately, and it's really taught you resilience, and it's shown you exactly what you want out of life and what you don't want. And I feel like you've been reluctant to let some things go, but you've actually released those now in closing out this cycle, and you are ready to start a new one. Take a leap of faith. I feel like you're you know, these shifts and changes are going to cause you to look back and see how far you've come, and it's going to balance you out a lot. I feel like you are, you know, you've maybe been juggling ideas of things, or, you know, how you're going to approach certain situations, but the Temperance is here to say that things are going to balance out, because you've basically surrendered and trusted that you're following your gut intuition, and that's going to lead you to, you know, your abundance. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is obviously, you know, again, you know, you've closed out a cycle, and now that wheel's turning toward your karma, toward your destiny. By taking the leap of faith, you've become unstuck. So you're breaking those patterns and those chains that have been holding you back from receiving your abundance. And the Four of Swords was clarified by the Seven of Swords. It's time to, you know, stop and just pause and reflect on how much you've grown, and let your person put in the effort and the work now to show you if they're worthy of being in your life. Can we clarify the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands, please? Ooh. Might have a message coming in. Wow. Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like your Emperor is definitely watching you. I feel like you're, as I said, I feel like they're transforming from the King of Wands to the Emperor. They don't want to be in and out anymore because they see that you're just not going to tolerate that anymore. They want to give you solid effort and they're prepared to work with you. But we've got the Three of Pentacles confirming the Eight of Pentacles. I said they need to put in the hard work to show you the effort. And I feel like they've been sitting back watching you, watching your transformation, and they're a bit taken aback by it. They're not quite sure how to match, your energy and become the Emperor and embody all kings. But I wouldn't be surprised if you get some sort of message or have some sort of conversation from them this week that maybe is a confession of, or I'm hearing a confession of, from an emotional perspective. I feel like maybe them sitting back watching your transformation has led to them getting a better understanding of where they were lacking in effort in in the recent past. Let's clarify the Fool, the Death card, and the Chariot. Let's clarify the Fool, please, first. Yep. You're not taking any crap anymore. You're sitting in your Queen of Swords energy and you know exactly what you want and you are ready to take that leap of faith toward it. Clarify the Death card, please. The Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like, you're letting go of traditional beliefs. You're letting go of old ways of thinking, of outdated thought patterns and processes, and you're ready to embrace a more transformative spiritual beginning is what I'm hearing, because you're no longer sitting back letting other people tell you what you should be doing or how you should be living your life. And the Hierophant also, is digging into your wisdom, using that to your advantage. The Chariot confirming we've got the Knight of Swords. I literally see your person rushing in because I'm hearing they're in a panic because they think you're, running off without them. They want to jump on that motorcycle and come get you. Pardon the pun, but he is running towards his motorcycle there. And again, it's got the black crow up there. Crows are a sign of messages, coming in. I feel like they're going to start to communicate. And they're going to make an offer from the heart. We've got the Knight of Cups. I feel like they've still got a way to go to be in that Emperor energy, but look, I feel like they're certainly going to put in more effort moving forward because they're scared stiff that they're going to lose you if they don't pull their finger out. And I feel like they see you as their happiness, as their Ten of Cups, as their wish fulfillment, and they're not ready to lose that. So don't be surprised if they start making some small gestures. But again, I did say before, I feel like it's going to go from 0 to 100, but don't forget, Spirit's really guiding me to tell you that you've already put in the initial steps, you've taken the leap of faith, you need to let this unfold and let them show you the effort. Anything else we need to know, Spirit? So we've got the Four of Cups. Yeah, look, I feel like you've been really disillusioned and bored with the way things have been going. And so you can at times get impatient because you have that sense of something big is coming, but you're not sure when. But this Four of Cups always reminds me, you know, there's 3 cups there pouring into the 1 cup. I feel like, you know, it's not spilling, it's not overflowing. It's being open to receive is what I always get from this particular imagery. And it came out with the Sun. I feel like given the opportunity, you know, you're going to turn from being unsatisfied in a situation to it being, you know, your ultimate happiness. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know? What might be the outcome for the week, Spirit? What might be the outcome for the week? Yeah, working together to balance things out. I do see this transforming in a positive way. At the very least, you're working on balancing yourself out. And that's what Spirit wants you to focus on. Don't focus on putting any more effort than you need to into this, because it's time for you to be receiving, not just giving all the time, is what I'm getting. Because handing everything out has been a burden to you, and it's time for the wheel to turn and for you to receive your wish fulfillment. I feel like your person has been King of Pentacles. They've been in and out, very slow, and, you know, in and out is with the King of Wands I was referring to. But the King of Pentacles is one of the slowest kings in the deck. So I feel like maybe they've been extremely slow at showing you some love, and, you know, they just haven't been putting in enough effort. So hopefully this is a sign that, you know, things are going to start working in your favour. And what is the final guidance from Spirit? Let's get some final advice. Eternity. I'm going to read from the book because these have beautiful meanings in them. This card is encouraging you to detach from the restrictions of your mind and look at life from a more universal perspective. If you try to make your life fit entirely into human logic, you are always going to get to a point where it will no longer make any real sense. Trying to make sense of every part of your life is just like trying to piece together a jigsaw puzzle, while having only a few pieces of the puzzle in your possession. It is human nature to strive to work everything out and control things, yet the eternal nature of life is beyond human understanding. This message is for you at this time in your life to focus on the spiritual side of life. Observe your thoughts and fears and consciously surrender them to the universe. Feel the spirit of nature and her changing seasons. Observe how all of nature is in perfect order, how she accepts all that transpires in the world. Rejoice in the feeling of timelessness that swells within your heart when surrounded by nature's beauty. Oh, that's lovely. And that just confirms what I was saying. You know, surrender to the universe. Things are working in your favour. The Wheel of Fortune came out a few times and you're going through a massive transformation. And part of that is calling you to take a leap of faith, because that is going to lead to your happiness and your wish fulfillment. Okay, so that's what I have for you for our midweek check-in. I'll be back on the weekend with the weekly reading. I hope you continue to have a good week and stay safe, and bye for now.